So it dawned on me that there are a tremendous amount of new thoughts, ideas, and even the seeds of innovation being born on this Zeitgeist stage. So I thought to warm us up at 8:30 in the morning after partying and the hike that I'm sure everybody went on, I want us to sing happy birthday to innovation right now. Don't think about it, just dive in on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Stop. That's terrible. Well, what are you guys doing? I mean, you're in A sharp. You're starting in B flat. I don't even know what that was that you were singing. Seriously, dude. Seriously, you gotta let the coffee warm you up, okay? What I don't understand is why is it that this song does not ever sound beautiful from the start? I mean, we've only been singing it since, when was that? Birth. Why have we not figured out a way to harmonize this simple song together yet, right? Problem with the voice as our human musical instrument is that harmony is about the only musical technique that a singer cannot achieve on his or her own, right? I can do la, right? And then you can bust out with a la, right? And then you can come down with a la, right there with it, right? I know you was going for the falsetto, right? And then we got like our own little Zeitgeist street corner doo-wop group going, you know? Right? Sekou and the Googlers. We'll work on it. But there's nothing new. Innovation already knows what our harmony sounds like. So if we are going to truly push the envelope of thresholding questions here at Zeitgeist, then we've got to ask the more pressing questions like, what does harmony look like? Right? So for me, harmony, I think it looks like a community of successful, happy human wind instruments who compose social media symphonies for causes, pay teachers to the tune of 6 figures, and mentor young minds 10 notes at a time by getting them to inflate and bloom by breathing life into them like a bouquet of balloons until they transcend the world that is to create the world that should be by upgrading the world that was, downloading revolution like ringtones, civil rights movements in 140 characters like Alabama Spring, the Montgomery Bank boycott, the March on Wall Street, where young Martin streams his dream and gets 17 million likes, and the tweets about Rosa Parks' bus sit-ins are outnumbered only by Beyonce's baby announcement. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just what I see. How about you? When you touch harmony to your tongue, what does it taste like? Like a spectrum, color or a spectrum of healthy living suggestions. When you slide your hand, the back of your hand against harmony, how does it feel? Like isolation or intersection? The point at which chaos and perception stumble upon connection and acknowledge each other. Hey, with the key of a naked palm. Open hand extended in F sharp. Here you go. All right, open hand extended in A flat. Let me help. It's one of our favorite notes. Open hand extended by baby boomers in the U.S. who stopped the booming rate of babies being born into avoidable poverty. Open hand extended by sea explorers in Brazil, rewriting the fable of the tortoise and the hare by getting poachers and protectors to meet at seashores, tune to the sea chord, and turn hunters into gatherers. Open hand extended by micro heroes whose worldwide politics redefine the cheerleader, like save the children, save the world. Save the oceans, save the world. Save the planet, save the world. And the world is a potluck, people. All right? You don't show up with truly empty hands. Bring something to the table that contributes to the pan, to the pot, to the pivotal question that innovation poses to us. Like love notes written on foggy mirrors when our lovers are in the shower. What are you leaving behind for someone to cherish? How will your neighbor, your industry, your world be better for having encountered you? And how long will we keep singing the hymn of despair, the segregation of they and them and their, before we join in the anthem of us, we, and our, written in 6 billion part harmony to convey our secretary's warning about we versus they, for our outdated operating system of innovation through segregation has made us a nation on the verge of self-destruction, a suicidal community with no hope of getting super better until we reinvent the game. So our 5 missions, should we choose to accept them, are: 1, fashion ourselves a secret identity in the form of an unhealthy behavior slayer named Dr. Chris Cornish. Think about it. With our name firmly sewn into our cape, we advance to level 2 and assemble an elite team of allies. Team Chopra quiets the country's mind and gets the spirit and body aligned. Operation Hawk and Scooter slingshot resilience into the heart, and Miss Huffington posts only good news on our Facebook page. So, by the time we reach level 3, it's easy for us to find the bad guy, a complicit corporation called Blackwell Briggs that manufactures stress, sedentary agitation, and apathy. But we are unfazed, because by level 4, we have collected an array of power-ups, including an arsenal of Brazilian protest songs to power up our threat to tyranny. An army of robot colleagues and BFFs that power up our companionship. And a surplus of cannabinoids, chocolate, and frequent sex. Doctor's orders to power up our neurogenesis. So come level 5, we choose our win. Like the Nobel Peace Prize for gamers numbering 1.5 billion who take global relationships from e-harmony to we-harmony and expand my civics to I-civics until we are once again a world of hope unhinged. Like the dozen lives saved every day in New Jersey by a hope-filled mayor born from a grand conspiracy of love. Like the 4 million protesters in the Middle East savoring that first taste of freedom born from a grand conspiracy of nonviolence. Like the 5 libraries, 50 scholarships, and 10,000 books in Zambia that give students the room to read, born from a grand conspiracy of good. So remember, you are not a member. Your identity lies in the anonymity and the synergy. You are John, Paul, George, and Ringo, meeting after breakfast in Arizona for the first time, trying to decide what will come of your collision and what to call yourself. And by the end of this day, you will emerge from this studio firmly in your grasp a freshly written ditty called I Wanna Hold Your Hand, 'cause we can work it out with a little help from my friends. So come together right now. We are each ourselves primary stakeholders in our own society, so we can no longer afford to make dollars that don't make change. Our society, we're losing the soul in it. Our economy, we've lost control in it. We better get a hold of it before this world's stakeholders get crippled by business as usual. So let us redefine business as mutual. Let us insist on accord in our melodies. Let us demand a symphony of collaboration whenever we dare to serenade innovation. Like, hey, Dean, I think I figured out a way to trim down America's thighs, right? First, we make fruit the new fries. Then we reinstate the supersize. Have it grown sustainably on farms that perpetually produce produce and deliver it locally by foot in Trevor's new eco shoes. That way we stop burning more calories on our fuel than from our food. And we cut down on the CO2, so our footprint ain't as huge. Because you know what they say, ladies, about a nation with big feet? Big emissions. Right? And you know what they say about an economy with too much gas? It's bad nutrition. So the Summit Series gets us on carbon Weight Watchers for a while. Then we buy a giant water filter, stick it in the Nile, take a Brillo pad to the air from Seattle to Shanghai, reboot technology to fix the problems that lie before our very eyes, like how half the world is in famine and the other half is fat. We can't call ourselves thought leaders and not find a fix for that. So we give bionic, bio, and nanotech a singular goal: connect human causes to digital effects through social media Legos, where Dave, Corey, and Justice O'Connor flock together like angry birds of a feather, fed up with not using games to make education better. Like if sociology can teach science the poetry of math, imagine the new humanities curriculum that our businesses could have. With healthy communities and kids, employees stress-free and alert, who do twice the work, make us twice the profit, and skyrocket our worth. And all we did was put prevention first, planet first, people first. I mean, if I got clean water and you make cups, why let the world die of thirst? And I know, it's not that easy. But it's also not that tough. Maybe one day you just refuse to go to the back of the bus. Maybe you're not Martin, right? You're just Rosa. You're just a regular gal. Maybe you don't save the planet as president, but it's just some guy named Al. You're just tired and like your chair. You're just breathing and like your air. You're just sharing space with strangers who reciprocate with care. You'll just spend this next year writing love notes on the mirror and innovating new ways to remind someone you're there. So get prepared, man your battleships, and notify your day spas. Because come this time next year, y'all gonna need a hell of a manicure and massage. It is hands dirty time. Sleeves up, ties loose, sweaty brows. We got work to do, people, and what better time than now? What better world than ours? What better place exists? What better folks than us? What better way than this? Open hand extended, this open mind transcended, this open voice intended to get our harmony on and find the truth of our community that lies in our collective song. Like a room full of people at any restaurant, when servers arrive to a table, hovering above the solitary flame of a candlelit cupcake, we inherently stop what we're doing to join in singing happy birthday to the friend beside us, or the stranger across the room, or the metaphor of innovation. And it's sad, but it's true, that despite all of us knowing the song in our blood since birth, the first few notes we strike are rarely pretty. The first few sounds, cacophony, our first collective effort at a chord is more often than not collision. But I'm sure you have noticed it is also true that no matter how dissonant we are, each of us, when the song begins, we inevitably somehow find the same key by the song's end. There will always be a song that can bring us to the table. There will always be an occasion that gives us reason to sing. And there will always be a harmony that we are certain to discover as long as we endeavor to always sing each song together.